Welcome back. Big Bad Podcast. I'm your host, Wayfield Willie James. I got a special guest in here with me tonight. My boy Joe. Holy Joe. Joe went to smoke.
Holy trolling.
Holy trolling. Holy moly Joey. He's a battle rapper. He's a Christian. Going live, motherfucker? Oh. He's a Christian.
We'll edit that.
So yo, my boy Joe, he came last time with Saga, Elijah Straight. He's the battle rapper. He ain't get no shine last time. So she just stopped, so we can get into it right now. So so Joe, last time you came here, man, you didn't really get no shine. You wanted to come.
Yeah, that's how it is, man.
You're here now, so listen, how we gonna set it off? So first, so we from Joe?
Yeah, I'm from out in Hartford, Connecticut, and you didn't see me last time, but I was there. You know, that's what I do. I pull up, support, whatever the case may be. I learned to carry my own energy by myself wherever I go, regardless.
Fuck it up. Go handle.
That's working.
That's working. I just fucked it up. Go ahead. This is it, man.
We've been talking for a while, and I've seen your podcast in itself just growing. I know you have a lot of different dialogue and topics that you like to discuss.
Yeah, man.
And so I think it's going to be a great thing. It might not be the first time because I know there's a lot of material to cover. But what better place to talk with somebody that really wants to talk about it and not.
No bullshit, no walking around. I mean, we being honest. It's going to be respectful, friendly relationship. We friends, But the thing is though, right? I say what I want to say, and I get a pass. You say what you want to say, people get offended.
You're right.
It's kind of reverse racism. I seen that. I mean, let's be clear, right? Joe's a battle rapper. My cousin got a league. Yada yada yada. You know the story. Overflow. My cousin Lee. Shout out to cousin Lee. So Joe battled a couple of times, and that's not what happened, Joe. How you go wrong, man?
Let's start this off real quick, man. Let's open up the atmosphere, man. I appreciate just being able to come on here,
man,
and just be able to share the word and just go over different discussions. But let's clear the air, man. A lot of times it's negative vibes, but I just want to magnify the name of Jesus and just spark this off. That it's going to be edifying. That you're going to be able to learn. And anybody that's even has questions that need to be answered, if it's something that you're going through or whatever the case may be, that I pray that this goes forward and that it's super encouraging for anybody that's listening, man. And I appreciate Curtis Wayfair always reaching out,
no doubt.
And I always do a clear the air aerosol and make sure that it is covered by the blood and that,
okay, Joe. Goddamn, it's all about you. So let's go. Okay, so let's get into it. Where I'm gonna start from. So what's your ethnicity, man?
I have Europe in me. I got Italian, I got Norwegian, I got England.
So how far back do you people go back in this country? Like
how far back?
Yeah, like was people like the first people here, like when the country got built, or they came here like people came Ellis Island during the boats or during the 1800s? When people came here?
That's not in my timeline, but on my father's side they were immigrants from France.
France
and Italian, and they saw firsthand, the same thing that you would compare to, when a lot of people mention like Mexico. When you mention a lot of these countries, a lot of times people don't mention some of the countries that are out in Europe in the process and the things that took place when they came over from Europe.
Okay, hold up though. So you mentioned something interesting. So the immigrants who came here during, the Ellis Island time was the first Mexicans. They came here for opportunities and jobs in asylum. I'm saying, so let me ask you this. How do you feel about immigrants right now, Mexicans across the border? I mean, the border situation. How do you feel about that? What's your opinion on that?
I mean, you got different kind of people. And my apologies. I always start things off with a prayer, man. Hope y'all didn't mind that. I feel like I always do that. It's not about me, but I like to do that. Just
but yo,
things. But here, let's go into the topic here.
You should do prayer in private. You shouldn't be a show off like that.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, you don't got to announce you did the prayer. We know you're a Christian, and what's in your mind, what's in your heart, that's all for you. Keep it between you and God. You know what I'm saying? Not saying don't do that shit, but in the Bible it says pray in secret. So don't be a show off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I compare it to like anything else, man. When you get psyched up and you're about to go into something, man, that's all it is. It's got
Now, I
nothing
get what
to
you're
do
saying,
with
but
that.
you shouldn't ask your prayer though, because it's like telling somebody your wishes. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
a prayer should be something. A prayer should be something personal. It shouldn't be for everybody. It's between you and God.
Without a doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Words carry things, and I think just setting off the atmosphere sometimes. That's all. I don't know about other people, but I like to set. Anyway, let's go back. So, all right. So, you mentioned how I feel about immigrants. First of all, they're still human. They're still souls.
Okay.
And you got different kind of people. You got some that are coming in that are looking for freedom. They're trying to raise a family. They're trying to just work.
Yeah.
You have some that are casually coming over, and then you have some that do it according to the lays of the land. They go through the process, they go through the documents, they do it the correct way. Maybe they got married to an American.
Yeah, legal immigrants. Yeah, I got you.
So you have a wide range of people that are coming over. So I mean it's layered. I mean I know a lot of immigrants.
How about the illegal immigrants? How about the illegal immigrants?
It's exactly what you said at the beginning. You said the word illegal.
Yeah.
So anything illegal or irregular is going to be off. There's going to be something off about it. There's always going to be a black cloud that's following them. And so a lot of times they're like, yeah, we're looking for freedom and we're looking to better our lives. But, and you mentioned fraud earlier when we were getting into the topic about Paul. But there's you can get your blessings, you could get freedom, but if you really audit the situation, a lot of people got their blessings, but there's a black cloud around it. So are you really free, or are you jumping the gun? Are you going against forces? And that's what causes such a big uproar in immigration.
Okay, let me hear it quick. So my opinion about illegal immigration, I'm totally against illegal immigration for the simple fact that when immigrants come here, right?
I'm in agreement too, by the way.
Because, let's go back in history. America is built on free labor. Slavery. You understand that part, right?
Yeah.
All right, so after slavery, it was about cheap labor. Now, the people who owned the plantations needed cheap labor. They didn't want to pay they really didn't want to pay the blacks. So that's when they let all the immigrants in from Europe and all that, saying to undermine the blacks who had all the trade jobs. I'm saying it was down to work, because if you let all the blacks out free, they'd have all the jobs, they'd have all the wealth eventually. So they needed a buffer zone between the rich white and the poor blacks. So the immigrants came here to undermine the black freemen. You know what I'm saying? So what they did was they undermined with Europeans, and they allowed the Europeans to ascend to be white. Because before there was just Italians wasn't white. There was like, that's considered like, other. And the same with the Jews and the Irish. So through time, there was a lot of whiteness. You know what I'm saying? Now, the thing about the Mexicans, they come up for the same exact reasons to undermine the Americans, white, black, or other. But more specifically, I think they're undermining the blacks because we at the bottom still, because we never got allowed to access whiteness and white privilege, shit like that. So what he come here to doing is taking jobs for people who need jobs. Americans need jobs, black, white, and whoever's here right now. We need all the jobs we could get. We don't need immigrants taking our places. You know what I'm saying? And they bring the value of work down. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but a lot of them, when they come over and they work, most of them go into construction. A lot of them go into construction.
That's true, but those construction jobs should go to Americans.
Yeah, you're right.
They should not be allowed to work here. They should not be allowed to have $1 in this country.
Yeah, I know a lot of young kids that's in the trade. In fact, trade school is kind of is been growing.
We pay for that shit.
I know.
And they send money back to their countries. Right. And they have advantages we don't got. So they can go to their country, right? Come here and work and send it back and get land that we can't get. They get connections we don't get. Like Chinese come here, they can come here and they can compete with us because they have advantages. They cousins own the factories that manufacture shit that we selling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So my whole thing is with immigrants, we need to stop all immigrants and deport them all because we can't compete with immigrants. They work for cheaper because in their own country, the dollar's worth more than what is here. And they bring the price of labor down. Because they'll work for fucking anything. Because it's $10 in the country. $1 here is like $10 in the country. $4 in the country. To us, not only they putting us out of work and put us in poverty, They're undermining us and they have an advantage. They don't deserve them advantages. They don't deserve no American advantages. Immigrants here, you know why immigrants get to stay here? Because of the 14th Amendment. That was for free slaves. The 14th Amendment was anyone who born in America is a resident of the United States. They're a citizen. That wasn't for immigrants, though. That was for just the blacks. And immigrants are taking advantage of that shit and they're using it now and they're backdooring it. And now they're coming in America and they're getting access that the blacks don't even get. They're getting programs. They're getting it's billions of dollars being spent on holding immigrants and taking care of immigrants on welfare and schooling and all that shit, older kids and DACA and all that shit. That money could go to the poverty in America, black, white, and other. But I'm saying black because I'm black and I'm gonna keep it. You white. You my first white guess. Blacks built this country single handedly. Like I'm not even making this shit up. Single handedly. You might learn some shit tonight.
I'm all for it, man. You know
what I'm saying? So my whole thing is this. They come in here owning property before people who live in all their lives owning property. They come in here and we just saying immigrants, but this is what we're not saying. We're not saying they're bringing drugs here. That's the truth of the matter. They bring drugs here. Yeah. Mexicans bring drugs here, and they also bring sex workers like the Chinese.
Yeah.
You know, it's a spot in every city you go to. You go to a lot of cities, right?
Yeah, it's a big thing, and I it's not.
They're selling sex with immunity.
Yeah, I've grown up with I do have a certain friends and family and stuff like that. But I've heard stories, I've heard horror stories, man. There's a lot of that going on, especially we're near Boston and New York.
Yeah.
And that stuff gets shut down. So basically, even who was it? The Patriots coach got caught up in that.
I mean, everyone do it. Fucking Epstein.
There was a preacher.
Everyone's involved in sex.
There was a preacher that got caught up in that. He ended up dying of cancer. But
there's always a preacher in that shit.
Listen,
there's always priests in that
shit. We've all gone through stuff, man. We've all,
especially priests.
If they don't change, then it's under the law, and they're gonna forever have a black cloud. Here's the deal.
Why does it be a black cloud? Why can't it be a white cloud?
Because they buying happy meals and then getting happy endings, man.
That's a fact.
And it's not, again, like you said, they're bringing in, not only are they illegally coming into the country, but they're bringing in illegal practices.
Yeah.
And that's totally against justice. That's totally against freedom. But you're looking for freedom at the same time.
You're fucking breaking the law.
Yeah.
You come here illegally, you're a criminal.
Right.
Coming here, the minute you come here illegally, you're a fucking criminal. You should be, the fucking jail should be packed with immigrants. It should be packed with them. Because listen, they fucking arrested blacks for fucking drugs.
Right.
The 80s, like for vagrant laws. They arrested black for not having jobs once upon a time. This for being black got arrested once upon a time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like all through the Jim Crow era and shit. Now these immigrants coming here and they want rights and privileges that they don't deserve. And on top of that, Mexico treat South Americans like worse than we treat fucking Mexicans. No one says that shit though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, man, I'm not for that. Let me ask you something, Joe. I'm getting sidetracked.
Yeah.
So what are you standing on like politically? Are you on the right side or left side?
Politically?
Yeah, politically, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have much political I don't have a lot of political knowledge, man. I don't really follow politics like that. I know what's going on. I know who's the president, but it never really, and I plan on getting a little more involved in doing some more research and awareness on that. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not in tune with a lot of politics.
You know why you're not? You know why you're not?
What's up?
Do you know why you're not?
Why I'm not?
Yeah, you know why you're not in tune. You know why it doesn't matter to you?
See that you gotta clear that up real quick.
So this is the thing.
I never said it didn't matter to me.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter to you because either way you win. Because being white, it don't matter. You're always going to benefit. So the whole system of America is made for white people and built for white people. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, stop. Now I know you're gonna say you ain't racist and you work hard on that shit though too, but life is way more easier for you by being white. You will always win.
You would think in that it. But if you really look at it, okay, for example, I have my business, Homestretch Travels, right? Homestretchtravels.com. That's the plug.
What is it called? Home what?
Homestretch Travels.
Homestretch Travel?
Yeah, okay. .com. That's the plug real quick.
Yeah, plug it.
All right. So, for example, I've even taken pets from the Ukraine.
One second. So Joe's business is he transport puppies and even people,
pit bulls
across the United States. So I got a pit bull people who fuck with me.
Yeah, shout out Homestretch Travels is a university ride share, and it's I transport pets, pit bulls, and
heroin,
dogs, cats.
I supposed to get back into it.
Yeah, I don't listen to him, man.
And heroin.
Yeah, I don't listen to him. But see, here's the deal. So, for example, I started doing pushing it international. I took 6 French bulldogs from the Ukraine. I went to the Ukraine last year.
Oh shit!
I went to the Ukraine, and then I transported 6 French bulldogs to Los Angeles.
Oh shit!
And it was a great contract. Like, you know, they paid the contract. I was in, you know, out there. They got 5-star hotels for like.
So what's the cost of that? How much they pay you for that?
I don't want to disclose that.
I want to. I want to know.
We'll talk after, but I there's for reasons why I don't want to.
Competition is a motherfucker.
No, but listen,
yeah.
Ukraine was beautiful. But here's what I'm trying to get to. I thought I was gonna have a whole door opened up to do more of that because it paid well. It was dope to just travel, see other countries, whatever. But if you notice, for the first couple weeks that Biden was in office, he was silently signing off like 10,000 things.
Yeah.
He was just
for immigrants and gays.
He was signing off everything.
Yeah, for immigrants and gays.
He was just signing things off, man. Stuff that don't even correlate with the country's values.
Exactly.
Right? All right, we'll get into that.
The Democrats.
The Democrats.
Democrats.
Okay, so he cut off a lot of the parts of Europe to even be able to travel in there or even do business through customs.
I didn't know that at all.
So just that in itself cost me
money.
Business.
Yeah.
All right. So what am I saying? Yeah, it is a lot of stuff. America, it can look like, and it is tailored to certain races. But
no, one race, motherfucker. Ain't a certain races. It's white.
But what's white to you though?
What's white is it's lack of pigmentation.
Because really, at the end of the day, everyone that came into America all have some kind of background country in their lineage. Who's actually American, the Native
Black
Indians.
Americans. Black Americans are the Native Americans.
Right?
No. So this thing you probably don't know about. So you think slaves came from Africa, right? That's just you assume. You under that impression, right?
What?
You assume that I come from Africa, like my ancestors come from Africa.
I don't assume that.
Well, that's how it's told in most schools.
A typical American.
The thing is this though, right? So they say they killed 12 million Native Americans, and then they brought slaves here. It takes about a few months to get here from over boat. In the wintertime, summertime, that should have killed most of the cargo. You know what I'm saying? That's not what happened. Now, slaves was brought here to the Americas, but it's brought to South America. It's brought to the West Indies. Only 6% of the slaves from Africa came to America. The rest was over the Native Americans. They just reclassified them as Negroes. You know what I'm saying?
The Native American.
Yeah, except the 5 civilized tribes. It was 5 civilized tribes, the Greek, the Cherokee, not just the Greek.
But the Native American are like of their own. Like they
No, they're not. See, what you see, people you see as Native Americans, you see light skin, they look like Puerto Ricans and shit. They like Pocahontas. They're not real. They're not. They're called $5 Indians. You heard of that before?
They have their own. When you see those casinos, that's their own land. They could kill you.
No. But what I'm saying to you, the people you think is Indians are not really Indians. They're called $5 Indians. They're not real.
Yeah.
What I'm telling you is, you can look it up when you're on for free time. The Native Americans who was here was mostly black already here. Black's been here since times of Egypt.
I looked that up.
Yeah, look it up. Yeah, I know you want to know that.
Everybody looked that up.
Yeah, everybody looked that up. Yeah, for real. I'm saying because it's hieroglyphs found.
What's that called at the casino? What's that land called again?
Reservation.
The reservations.
Yeah,
that's like literally they have their own world, their own law there. It's literally completely separate.
I get that, but if you look at all the chiefs, they're all white like you. If you Google all the chiefs and the Indian chiefs of every reservation, of every casino, look at it right now. You got a phone?
Google it right now.
No, get your phone. Get your phone and look up the chief of Mohegan Sun or Foxwood Casino. Look at the chief.
Of Mohegan.
Yeah, they're not real Indians. They're Native Americans. And the story behind that is...
maybe the white man bought it out.
No, the white men act like they're Native Americans. They're called $5 Indians. Have you heard of $5 Indians before?
Who?
The $5 Indians. You heard that before? You heard of $5 Indian? All right, you're only gonna learn today. But anyway,
it's not even a dude. It's this lady, man.
let you look. Let me see.
Right here. Look.
White as fuck.
You don't look.
Like one of your aunts, right? like one of your aunts. Now, look up $5 Indian. $5 Indian. So I'm gonna talk while you look it up.
Keep that.
No. It was one time. Look up $5. I want you to know this because I don't want you to think I'm making shit up.
How you spell it?
$5 Indian.
$5.
Yeah, motherfucker. $5.
You said it mad quick, man.
I talk fast, Talk fast. But anyway,
$5.
these motherfuckers are white people posing as Native Americans to get more privileges, more white privileges. That's what they are. How do they look? What does it say? Read it to me. What's a $5 Indian? They look like you, Joe.
Not here, man.
So what does it say, though? Tell me what it say, man.
It says it may be fashionable to play Indian now, but it was also trendy 125 years ago when people paid $5 a piece for falsified documents.
What people?
Falsified.
Yeah. So see, that's what I'm saying. So that's the natives now today. They done falsified. The white people, man, act like they fucking. It's the same with the gay thing, the gay rights. Gay rights is white people acting like. Gay rights is white people asking for more privileges.
Right, there's subliminal messages in there. Exactly.
Yeah, but they use blacks as puppets and shit. So it's all white people want all the privileges. So my whole thing to you is, I said you have white. So get to you about being white. What does it really mean? White is a status, and black is a status. I'm not black. Like I'm a Native American. I'm a Native North American. I'm not black. Now, granted, I live a black life. I live an outlaw criminal life. So the black is the oppressed people. The people who built this country for free. The blacks are the people who get targeted and profiled by police, who get killed by police, because it's a black status. It's to keep us down. They say, yeah, because think about this, though. So America made the whole world great. Do you agree?
Who did?
America made the whole world great.
America?
Yeah.
America's in a lot of the world's business. I don't know.
It made the whole fucking world, the whole economy of the world bases on the American dollar. Is that true or false?
It's true.
Let me ask you this.
They got a run-in with China probably.
Fuck China. Before slavery, what was European like? What was Europe like? You read history? What was Europe?
Before slavery.
Yeah, what was Europe like?
I mean, slavery's been around.
No,
forever.
European slavery. It's about transatlantic slavery in America. Before that, what was Europe like?
Was Europe?
What was Europe like? I talk funny as fuck. I'm sorry. What was Europe before 1490? Want me to tell you?
What was it to you?
It was poverty. It was poor. It was starvation. It was disease. Everyone was poor. Think about people who came during like your ancestors who came here. They all came here poor. Millions of people came here poor. Millions of white people came here poor. Like and before they had slaves, they was poor. The fucking kings used to live in barns and shit. That's why you got all the smallpox disease and all these animal diseases. Those poor people. So the economy, everyone is rich off of off of free labor and cheap labor. It started with the slaves. Then it started with. So blacks were slaves twice. There were slaves during from 1619 to 1865. Then from 1865 up until about 1965, it was all slavery because you had Jim Crow. So you're legally a slave if you are arrested. Who's in prison the most?
Who's in prison the most?
Yeah, what group of people? Say it, motherfucker. Say it, motherfucker. Blacks.
If you look at statistics, though, it's if you look at all the prisons as a whole,
blacks.
We're gonna have to pull that up, and you may be correct, but it's not. Prison is prison, man. People going in there.
It's slavery. Prison is fucking slavery. McDonald's, Walmart, Kmart, all these businesses profit from cheap labor. So think about it. If you had to pay people good wages.
But I think the country is doing a great job though in getting away from white privilege because
you think.
Yeah, well, no. I mean, to put that dude in life in jail.
He ain't get life yet. He ain't get life.
No.
He got convicted guilty. It's a difference.
He's guilty.
He's not getting life. He's gonna get like 5 years or maybe probation. He's a cop. He's not getting life. You crazy?
Yeah.
And that's one cop out of how many?
Yeah. I mean, All I'm saying is the judge and some of the jury, they weren't just gonna be just letting them off. I think
They would have.
I think their message is getting across, and I'm glad. But I think the message is getting across. I'm not saying that it's a lot to be done, but I think that the message is getting across.
I don't think it is, man. I don't think it is.
I think it's better than it's getting.
It didn't change that one iota. It didn't change that one iota from slavery. It's actually getting worse. So the wealth gap, right?
And I'm letting you vibe with the whole pot. Like I said, man, I'm here to just talk, man, vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know you got a lot of deep topics. I'm just vibing, man.
Yeah, but I just want you to know things. You know what I'm saying, this is my shit. I like conversations. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I like people to know things too, and I like other people's opinions. Like, you're a white dude, come from a different side of the track, so I want your perspective on things. You know what I'm saying, and I want to be honest with it too.
I mean, I felt like I've always been embraced. I've had some really good friends that were of different ethnicities. I don't feel like it's ever been difficult to just, be a part of a movement. But I mean, yeah, if you do look at a lot of gospel, if you look at, certain music, right? Certain hip hop and stuff like that. There's not many white legends that there are, but the majority of that's been a certain way of coping for certain ethnicities, and
music,
they got it locked. They locked it down.
Music
back in the 80s, man.
What the fuck you talking about?
When somebody was going through something unjust, they would reach out. They would write rhymes. They would make music.
Let's go back. It's not hip hop. That comes from gospel. That comes from being in the field of slavery.
But hip hop, slavery in the 80s,
but it all come from gospel. It all come from the all come from oppression,
right?
The slave fields, the prisons, to the church, to the urban communities, because we had that else. And how we deal with pain is we celebrate and we are happy people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're creative people. Like, we're clever people. You know what I'm saying? So what we did was we took our pain and we weaponized it. We turned it around and made it a positive.
Right.
But the thing about that is,
but white kids, what they do, they take it and they start shooting people, right?
No. White people, no. That's a false. So it depends on certain music. Certain music inspires certain people. Like Chief Keef inspired Chicago to shoot more. NWA inspired more gangster rap. I'm pretty sure Lil Nas X inspired more homosexuals.
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice inspired Eminem. So every music, every word, every rhyme inspires something. It's because words are spells.
Yeah.
Like, words are spells, and the more you chant them, the more stronger they get. So the more you repeat the music, the more you believe in it, the more you become a part of it, the more you could get into a trance. So different music does different things to different people. Yeah. Gospel music makes people feel godly. You know what I'm saying? Rap music makes some people feel violent, makes some people feel positive. It depends.
Yeah.
So the thing is this: Black started most genres. It started gospel, it started R&B, it started rock and roll, it started rap, it started all this shit. The thing is, though, white capital they own it because blacks have no money, because blacks, where's the money?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at most of those managers and most of the people behind
white culture for just scumbags.
A lot of these music productions, yeah, they're white. Like, you just with the whole casino thing, like, it's all backed up behind.
Everything in America will go into the hands of white people. It don't matter who invents it, no matter who does it first, it will go into the hands of white people. You straight?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's just how it is, though. But I don't want to beat you to death about black shit.
No, it's all good, man. I think it's okay because I think,
people need to know this shit, though. Like whites, because a lot of shit whites don't get taught. See, I mean, a lot of white people, right? I'm a lot of cool white people, and they're taught things in school. And I tell them things, and they think I'm bullshit until they look it up. And they be amazed about the shit I know. They be like, how I know? Because I'm black, motherfucker. I gotta know certain things.
Well, even in now, let's say, listen, even being white, right?
If I move a little bit, so
and you still have to
right side a little bit.
You still have to be sensitive to the what everything going on. So it is actually a little bit challenging on how to say certain things, how to be around certain people, because I know in my experience in the last couple years, saying certain things or in a certain demeanor, can trigger something in somebody.
Anybody,
And even though I'm not coming with any malicious intent, it could still spark something that.
But you don't have a filter, and you lack a certain
At the
thing.
time, I lacked certain social cues.
Yeah. You lack social cues like a motherfucker.
Not anymore. I did for a while, and I'm
pretty sure you still do. I'm pretty sure there's more people here. You'll fuck. So let's get into it now. So all right, so Joe's a battle rapper, like I said before in the beginning. I met him through my cousin. He was cool with me, but somewhere down the line, people stopped fucking with Joe. They didn't like him. They don't like him. They don't like you, Joe. They don't like you, Joe. None of them like you. As far as the overflow,
how about we asked them.
I know. I talked to him. They don't fucking like you, Joe. They don't fucking like you. And you cool with me because I'm cool with crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I get along with anybody.
Yeah.
I'm weird like that. Like, see, you do to piss them off makes me laugh. Like, it's hilarious to me.
Now, one thing about you, see, like, even with the whole battle rap, the whole league and everything, like, you've been there since day one.
Yeah.
You've always showed up. You supported. You've always stayed neutral. And you need people like that.
Yeah,
you're a neutralizer.
Yeah.
You're a neutralizer. And we need people like that. Just like, he shows up a lot, Stack Zion. He's always just, chilling. And you need people like that that's going to sit back and observe everything going on because, yeah, you're going to have people that's going to have differences, not like each other. But, again, that brings us back, to, I guess we're going into the whole battle rap thing. And, yeah, a lot of, trigger people. And, yeah, you could very well be a proxy for somebody, man. And if you say certain things, people will get upset. And but that's how you got to get to know each other. At the end of the day, there's got to be an end result. If I'm still smiling, if I'm still giving you dap, then you shouldn't really take it that serious. And if it is that serious, then
talk about it.
You need to talk about it.
So it's the thing. Hold on, I cut you off a little bit. I cut you off because you kind of long.
That's
the thing is, the league you started from is a Christian league, but the hostility was like kind of street.
Right.
Which is ironic because I'm a street dude and I'm not a Christian at all.
Right.
But yet I treat you better than the Christians treat you. Not that brag. This is honestly.
No.
And not to toot my own horn, but you don't got to be a Christian to treat people good. You don't have to be nothing to give a man. You don't got to give a man respect, but you don't got to disrespect them. That's my motto. You know what I'm saying? My whole thing is if I don't know you, I don't respect you or disrespect you.
Right.
I don't know you, so I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm not going to respect you. But it's just for you to fill the blank.
Right.
Now.
And that's the thing, man. When I went into it, because everything I do, I want to, be able to express my skill and be able to, exemplify some kind of certain topic, some kind of awareness or God, right? So I came in there and they always was talking about it. I was like, yo, man, battle rap is great, man. I remember back in the day going to all them carnivals in Hartford, they had that spinning ride and they used to bump the music and reggaeton beats and stuff like that, and we just battle all summer long. And so it was a culture that was in me. So it wasn't like I just randomly wanted to just battle rap, but
nah, yeah.
I have,
hip hop in you.
Hip hop and
it's probably coaching your time.
Enemy. So I was like, all right, yo, I'm kind of interested. What's going on, man? And the name itself is prophetic. Overflow is a prophetic name, and if they're listening, I pray that you believe and stick with that prophetic name, because if once you stick with your dreams and visions, man, it's only a matter of time that there really is an overflow. But you got to believe in what you put out there. But so anyways, they had like their leagues going on. I was watching it. I was like, how could this be, Christians battle rapping? How's that ever going to be edifying? How you going to ever build with each other? And the Lord brought me to the scripture, Jeremiah 1:10. It says to break down, to destroy, to break down, and then rebuild. And sometimes we need that. And likely why we get along, because if you see me saying something or doing something extra, you're going to say it. Yeah. So you'll break me down. But at the end of the day, we're building up. So you got to break down. You got to build up. You got to break down. You got to build up. But see, so along those lines, when you let emotions in, and I'm not acting like I'm perfect or I never said anything.
Nah, you're an asshole. 100% asshole. But I dig it.
Along the line, there was some kind of emotional.
You don't mean no harm.
Attached.
This the thing. This the thing. People lack. This people don't. You know what? Hold on. You know what? You know what I think about Overflow? I mean, people in it, or the Christian rappers. My opinion, they're not socialized right. Like I've been, like, so I'm from a poverty community.
Right.
I've been to prison, so I had to deal with a bunch of different type of weirdo motherfuckers. I'm from the projects. Then I went to prison, so I'm like the baddest motherfucker in none of my environments. I'm like the biggest. I'm like the tallest. I'm like the meanest. I'm like the most dangerous in none of my environments. But I am the fairest on my environments. I wouldn't treat the big guy. No, that's not treat the small guy.
Right.
Like I talk to him the same.
That's biblical though. That's fun. You know another thing, when you say or do things, a lot of times you don't even gotta say the Bible says this. What you say or do is actually in the Bible.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna get to a point though. I grew up fearless.
Right.
That's false. I grew up fearing a lot. But I grew up facing my fears. So if I'm scared, I react. So I had a lot of practice of that. They said hey, you do anything for 10,000 hours, you're professional. I had like fucking 100,000 hours of me being around other people and me I have to talk to get my money. I have to talk to eat. I have to talk to isolate a beef or a murder. I have to talk to inspire something to do something. So I've been around more people. So my maturity level, like, I know a real threat. I know real disrespect. And I know a joke. And I know a sense of humor.
Right.
These guys in Overflow, these guys are not street guys. Right. These guys are like, even like, okay, I'm pretty sure it's 1 or 2 street dudes.
Right, of course. I mean,
but those are dudes you don't have problems with. The real street dudes, you never have. I know one street dude you never have a problem with. Everyone else is not really street, so they got more to prove, and they're more feminine because they think that's how the world is. They gotta be tough. They fake tough.
We almost got, like, we're gonna get into that, man. We're gonna get into a few things because
these fake tough guys who's dealing with.
This is great because I think it should bring either a change or closure to something, and I think that's why we should always talk about everything. That's healthy. To communicate is healthy.
It is.
And a shout out. I know you mentioned I haven't been in prison, but I have been able to preach out in Uncasville. Shout out to
I've been at jail. Gates and all that.
I'm Gates. I'm a part of a ministry in Fuego. My guy Prophet Michael and his wife. We used to go out to Uncasville. We used to preach every third Sunday.
Yeah, I was in that jail.
And like it was really, it felt really rewarding. I used to see some of them come out later. They were like, "Yo, y'all used to come in here and preach, right?" I was like, "Yeah, what's your name?" Like, and I remembered who they were, and they used to come out of the prison, and I would just see them in different places. It was great because I felt like, we're not just in there just to do community service or pat each other on the back. Because I'm gonna tell you something, every place I've ever preached, I've not made a dime off it. I don't go out there charging for the gospel. I don't go out there.
You shouldn't, though, because Jesus didn't do it. He didn't charge nothing.
I'm not out there.
But Paul did.
Sometimes I have a lot of, I may come off on top with a prayer or something. That's because that's just who I was before I played basketball, sports. I get myself psyched up. But other than that, I don't need a pat on the shoulder for that. But it was rewarding because I used to see them come out later on and they'd be like, "Yo, we never forgot that prayer or that word that was spoken that night or that song that you did." And so people need to hear, whether it's in a mansion or a prison, people need to hear the truth, and they don't need to feel guilty about you preaching to them. Because if you feel guilty, that means that you were not preaching to them, but you were condemning, you were making them feel guilty rather than them growing. I don't want to feel guilty after. I don't want to feel like I'm pressured to give you something after.
Let me ask you something. So what's your denomination? Are you a Catholic?
We got so much to talk about.
Are you a Catholic?
We hitting mad topics.
Are you a Catholic?
I'm not a Catholic. I'm a Christian. Born again Christian.
Catholics are Christians.
They're not.
They are.
They're a STEM. They're
the first Christians.
They're a STEM. They're a unfruitful.
Catholicism is Christianity, Joe. That's I'm not making this up. That's just the absolute fact.
It's not though.
They're not Protestants. They're absolutely Catholics though. Absolutely Catholics. They follow Christ.
Yeah.
They believe in Christ.
First of all, no disrespect to anybody Catholic. All right, let's get that first of all, because we're just talking. But Catholics, Catholics is more.
It's a more pagan. It's a more pagan. It's more demonic.
It's more dark.
It's more pagan and demonic.
It's a darker Christianity. And why the reason why I say that?
No.
It is why I say that is because they need to catch up. Here, watch this. Here's why I'm talking about. Let's go here. They need to catch up. For the fact is that they haven't got past Mary and they haven't got past Jesus being on the cross. That was time periods. Jesus is not on the cross anymore. All right. The Bible says that curses the man who hangs on a tree.
No, Paul said that.
But watch this.
No, the Bible didn't say that. Paul didn't say that. We'll get into that too.
I'm not talking about Paul.
No, Paul said that. That's Paul. You call it Paul.
Okay, but what I'm saying is this.
That don't count.
What I'm saying is this. We're gonna get into Paul, man. I don't know what you got.
I'm telling you though.
I don't know what
you
just
said. You quoted
Paul.
Paul. I got to write down my notes.
That's fine, but I don't know what you have with Paul.
I'm gonna tell you what got with Paul.
Was like
he's the Antichrist.
He was like the Godfather of the Bible.
No, he's the Antichrist.
No,
he went against Christianity. Oh, we'll get into it now.
All he did.